blows my mind. She's had to do absolutely nothing of her own in any of this, probably her whole life. I don't know. I know, Neza, right? How dare 2K give her the holidays that she asked for and that they agreed upon? Damn him.
Okay, so then petitioners requested relief. So this is what they're requesting. There is no exigency warranting an order granting ex parte relief related to respondents' professionally monitored visitations. I will pause really quick on that. Most states don't have such flexibility with ex parte orders. Most states, it's like has to be an immediate danger. Like the child is going to die if the court, if the court doesn't step in.
Yeah.
Sorry about that slip of the word, but so, you know, or like irreparable harm is going to happen if the court doesn't step in. California is pretty liberal with their ex parte relief, but it still has to be kind of, you know, like an emergent issue. So she's just basically saying it's not emergent. The March 24th order allows petitioners to select the monitor. Although petitioner was not required to afford respondent any input, petitioner proposed 8 options to respondent in spirit of cooperation. Respondent refused to exercise professionally monitored visits with any of the monitors petitioner suggested, so petitioner then agreed to utilize one of the professional monitors proposed by respondent, so as not to continue incurring attorney's fees debating the issue of securing a monitor. Petitioner completed his intake paperwork in less than 72 hours of agreeing to the monitor, inclusive of Easter Sunday weekend. 41. The only visitation schedule proposed to date has been proposed by petitioner, and respondent has failed to substantively respond to that proposal other than to state she does not agree. It is unclear why she does not agree or whether she would agree to some of the dates, if not all of the dates proposed by petitioner. Number 42, if a schedule is to be ordered, petitioner requests that the court adopt the schedule he proposed as outlined in paragraph 27 here and above. Of course, the visitation monitor will also need to be available, and we have not been able to confirm the monitor's availability due to respondents' refusal to substantively discuss or consider petitioner's proposed schedule or provide petitioner with her own proposal, so there must be an ability to deviate if a court-ordered schedule is established on dates or times the monitor is not available. Also, really quickly, when a parent is ordered supervised visits, the courts don't like to have a schedule because it may not be possible for one party to accommodate that because of the supervisor. So you have like a third party that's not involved in the decision making here. So the courts don't generally love to, you know, order time.
Sorry, really fast. I just have to say that you guys are freaking amazing. I just got an alert that popped up that says we're in the top 20% of our league. You guys are freaking amazing. Thank you. And also, AA Law Talk, I keep getting this message too. Everybody wants to make sure that you know how much that they appreciate you coming and joining and doing this. I've got a couple. You guys need to do a podcast together. They just want to make sure that you know how much we value you over here, and we really appreciate you giving us your time and coming over and hanging out with us and explain all this to it. So we adore you. I just want to make sure that we put that out there too.
Oh, thank you. That is so kind. Thank you. I love doing this when I have time. It's fun. I mean, It's not fun. I mean, it's kind of sad, but it's fun. Okay, so if the court is going to order a schedule, they want it to be the one that he proposed. Number 43, I've repeatedly attempted to meet and confer with respondent's counsel to try to obtain visitation proposal from respondent to avoid the need to proceed with an ex parte request for order, to no avail. At this juncture, it is still unknown what dates and times respondent wants to exercise professionally monitored visits with the minor child, as no proposal has been provided. Petitioner thus lacks sufficient notice to fully respond to an ex parte to establish a visitation schedule when, as of close of business on April 21st, respondent has never proposed any professionally monitored visitation schedule. 44, this is almost done, guys. Respondent's conduct outlined herein above has frustrated settlement and increased petitioner's attorney's fees. I have spent approximately 3 hours corresponding with Respondents' Counsel and approximately 3 hours preparing for, the instant responsive declaration, and I anticipate I will spend 2 hours reviewing Respondents' motion. Petitioner is billed at my hourly rate of $650 per hour. Thus, I expect petitioner to incur $5,200 in attorney's fees solely related to respondents' lack of cooperation with respect to selecting a monitor and mutually determined a visitation schedule, and the filing of her instant ex parte request for order. Petitioner is seeking an award of $5,200 in attorney's fees. He's not going to get those. California never orders these. Yeah. 45. Finally, petitioner respectfully requests that the court deny respondent's request to combine the domestic violence restraining order hearing and evidentiary hearing on custody and continue both dates at this time. The May 2nd, 2025 hearing was scheduled in October of 2024. Respondent has had 6 months to obtain a new attorney and conduct discovery, but failed to do so until 2 weeks before the hearing. Alternatively, petitioner respectfully requests that the Respondents' Counsel request relief from Department 2C on May 2nd, 2025. That's what was granted, by the way. When it is no longer dark and the home court is available to coordinate new dates and times, if any, on which to reschedule these hearings based on both counsels and the department's mutual availability. Woo! There you go.
That's great. So I want to say one thing really fast, because I know 2K has been getting a lot of flack and a lot of heat these last couple of days. Again, I never talk about any conversations I have outside of TikTok, but did you guys see $650 an hour? And people are calling him greedy because people choose to and want to send his stuff gifts to the P.O. box. And I think it was yesterday, he was battling himself and they're like, oh my God, he's so greedy. He's so this. First of all, that was done kind of as a joke. He was like, playing whatever. He's paying $650 an hour to fight for his son, and he's been doing this for almost a year. Remember, he said he spent, I think it was like almost $100,000 in a matter of a couple of months. That man is working, and people complain, oh, well, he's online all the time, he's battling all the time. He's fighting for his son. He should be. He's doing exactly what he should and needs to be doing. He's making way more money on here than he would elsewhere. He's also started a YouTube. He's also got brand deals. He's also got all this other stuff going on, and all of it is to go to his son, or for his son, for him to have a safe and loving home. And to think, in today's world, that people on the internet have the audacity to beat up a young man who is putting everything else aside, his dream of, going into the barber and the hair products and stuff. All his hair products, he said, are just stashed in a warehouse or something somewhere because he couldn't even focus on that because his focus is his son. So I don't understand where we've come as a society that we're going to bash a young man that's willing to do absolutely anything and everything that he can to make sure his son is not living in the house where these people just rugged a young man with autism, assaulted him. We don't know everything else that's happening. Can you imagine Baby W being in there? And then the 48 hours that he was in this house, he was exploited for almost $500,000 in front of a bunch of P3DOs. I don't understand how anybody can hate on this man. I say we're done. We go over and we support him whenever he's battling and gift him a little bit more because I think it's all bullshit. That's just
I think that where people's anger comes from that maybe, and I don't want to overstep on other people's own circumstances, but when you have such a high conflict case, not just 2K and Brianna, but I'm talking about the general, people who are watching here, people who go through this, I just see it because it's what I do. So it is all consuming, and there are many people who don't have the ability to do that, and I'm not justifying their anger. I'm just saying that I think a lot of the anger comes from so many people experiencing really high conflict cases, and in some cases even maybe losing their own kids, or you know, and not being able to, it's something that is on your mind all the time, 100% of the time, especially when it's your own kids, you know. And so for him, he's obviously doing everything he can, and he should, and he is. But I think that's where people's like anger really comes from, which is not right. It's not okay. They have to deal with their own, you know, stuff. And, you know, this, but I think that may be where some people are getting some anger from, which is not appropriate, but I just, you know, anyway. Yeah. But it is very, very expensive. And that's what before I even saw, what her rate was. I mean, that is high, actually. That surprises me a bit. But yeah, I mean, it's expensive for just a very short, and they were probably in front of a judge for 10 minutes. I mean, if that, honestly, it was probably like they reviewed everything and they were like, oh, we're going to punt it over to 2C on 5-2. Yeah. Which is what they did, you know? And
I mean, she's worth it though. She's worth it. She's doing the dang thing. He probably could have went with a less expensive attorney just because of how it's played out. But he didn't know that in the beginning when he first hired her. He didn't know, you know, when the baby was only a few days old, that she was going to put everything out there on how she acts. You know what I'm saying? So she's worth it, but I don't know. I just don't understand why he gets the hate that he does for fighting for his son. And someone said it perfectly. If the roles were reversed, they would be praising it up and down, right? Because if a mom was doing this and putting all this out there, they would just be praising her up and down. But it always seems like, you know, once a man's like, according to Bree, that's the bare minimum. Yeah, we'll see. Bare minimum.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, oh, unfortunately, though, in California, they don't really award attorney's fees unless there's the only times I've really seen it in any case. Well, actually, this would be the one. This would be the one that you would see it in, but it's usually when there's a big income discrepancy. So if you have a stay-at-home parent and was, you know, married to a millionaire or something, like, you know, they'll order fees and they'll say he has to pay up front and things like that. But with in a situation, well, the abuse of the system, and this, I honestly, the argument could go both ways for both. I know people don't like me to hear me say that, but like he's kind of incurred a lot of his own fees too that were not totally necessary. So, but I don't think that they'll get ordered in this case. But if you were to see it ordered, it would be in this case. Yeah. The fact that she hasn't even, you know, didn't substantively respond, trying to avoid the emergency hearing, says a lot. So. Yeah.
Man, I tell you, this is definitely a case of cases. I'm really curious. Like, I'm genuinely curious. I know you said yesterday that her law firm, you know, is on TikTok and watching to see what's going on. I wonder if they're just watching people like us and we're coming on and we're talking about the cases and reviewing the documents, or are they actually watching what she's doing as well?
I don't think they're watching what she's doing.
I think that's who they need. Listen, Bree's attorney, or people, if you're watching, click off of my page immediately. Go to her and go watch what your client's doing right now to a young autistic man. Just go over there. Just go watch for 5 minutes, honey. That's all you're gonna need is like 5 minutes. Okay.
But the thing about that is, her attorney's position is that that's a persona.
Yeah, I know that's her position, and I know that, you know, I grasp that that's because, you know, she has to represent that, or, you know, protect that, whatever she has to do with that. I grasp it, but a persona is not somebody who intentionally. She did it. She literally, like, no kidding, guys. Yesterday, she legitimately earned her name, B. Diddy. You guys have all been calling her B. Diddy for the longest time, but yesterday she legitimately did a B. Diddy move. She put her friend Molly in each and every single person's drink without them knowing. That's exactly what I just don't know how, like, this should be an easy win for 2K is all I'm going to say. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you hope so. You look at all the things. I mean, the court doesn't see all this, you know, and they're just realistically not going to be able to use all of it.
Right.
And she's not. I mean, I will say this is new type of work from 2K's attorney than what we've seen over the time that she's been self-represented. And I don't know if it's just because trying to quickly get stuff out, but there's a lot in there that cannot be used in court that is in the declarations and is in the filings. And she's really steered away from that here. She just stuck straight to the facts, was clear and concise, and was very she could have said a whole lot more, right? Like, you know,
Yeah.
but didn't, because it's not necessary and because it's not totally proper. So this was good. You know, this response was good.
And to be honest, they really don't need to use the evidence, any of the stuff that's put out on TikTok or social media in general. They don't really need to use it because she's done enough stuff behind the scenes. Granted, a lot of it has been put on here anyways, but it's been in real life and they have the evidence like of that, such as, oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Jamenda. Thank you for letting me know. Perfect. Oh my God, I'm going to call my employer tomorrow and tell them, oh, Jesus, I love when people come in and tell me what I do for a living. I love it.
Wait, what? I missed it.
Oh, they tell me all the time I'm not a social worker.
Oh.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Anyways, as I was saying, it just, she has done absolutely enough, you know, in the back end that she doesn't need to do it. And, you know, so
I think her own testimony is going to make her lose the credibility to do that, you know, so
I want to be in that courtroom so bad when John's attorney questions her.
I know, you got to come down here.
I so want to see her because she can never take anything serious. She has absolutely no respect for any type of authority. She thinks everything's a joke. Anything for stream. Like, it just blows my mind. So it's going to be very interesting to see how she acts in that situation. So,
Yeah.
I just may be able to go. You just never know.
Hey. You should. But yeah, that's what it is. So that was a very good filing. So we'll see. People are asking if she'll get locked up, which gets to, I don't think so. I've heard the warrant stuff, but they seem like very old things and very minor things. Like, I don't think so.
I think they were both like, what, a theft under $100 or something? Or something like that. They were very minute. I don't think she should, at this point, she should just go and pay them so that they're just gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, I just...
No way.
What happened?
Shelby says he's going.
Oh gosh. Yeah. All right. So we're all going, huh? Is that a date?
Big old party down there.
It'll be really quick, though, guys, on May 2nd. So if you're planning like a trip, the May 2nd one will be very quick.
Yeah, that one won't be the one to go to. It'll be when they go to the hearing. So, or when they go to do the trial piece of it, you know. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, it'll be. Well, they haven't specifically pushed it out yet. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it'll be interesting to say. I don't know. It would just come down. Well, we'll have to figure out. We'll talk about it offline and see what we can come up with. It shall be interesting.
I know.
Yeah.
I do think that the court will push it out. There's no chance that this could be heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is still scheduled. It's still scheduled, yes, for May 2nd, but it's they've loaded the docket. They've loaded the case and how many things they have to get through. So
Yeah. And you guys
it's already ruled on. That was already ruled on. The stuff that we read was already ruled on.
Yeah. Nikki says, we as nosy bitches, we are. I do want to say though, right, we come on here and we read all the documents, and again, I always love that AA Law Talk comes up and helps me through it too, because she is a practicing family law attorney in California. I am a pooper scooper, and so together
No.
because they found out my title is program manager, so they feel like that makes me not a social worker. Apparently they've just never moved up in the career to where they're running. Anyways, nonetheless, so it is great to have both perspectives of this, and I think we mesh well together, and we want to come on and be able to give you guys the absolute facts, not bits and pieces and a bunch of misinformation or stuff that could make you lead to think something, and then it spreads like wildfire. You have a bunch of misinformation all over TikTok, and that is not what we want. But we also both have the same thought process. In a custody court or custody case, nobody really wins, right? Because it's all about the child. And the best outcome for the child is that he can have two parents that are loving, clean, in the right mind, able to co-parent together, or even if they can't, but can be civil with each other and have two healthy, great, active parents in life. That's a great outcome, which is why I preach all of the time. Co-parenting is the best gift you'll ever give your child, and it doesn't look like that's going to be the outcome in this case, at least not right now. Maybe later, but
Yeah, that is the hope for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody's asking what the order was. Sorry. So the minute I'm out of breath now because I went downstairs and then back upstairs. Okay. Which is not a good sign, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day.
I'll get that later.
So the minute order. Okay. So the order it's not the final judgment of the case. What happened is Brianna's attorney filed an emergency motion trying to get a supervisor appointed or ordered, and then a schedule ordered, and then wanted a continuance and some other things. And the everything was basically denied, except for the continuance request will be addressed by the department.
Sorry, I have to address this because this is like the second night in a row, and there's always sirens out here. People are like, dang, does she live in the hood? I do. But no, there's literally a fire station, I don't know where I live, but on the corner, and our major trauma hospital is just over there. So that's why you hear the sirens. That's one of the reasons why
I didn't even hear them.
They are all the time. I kind of blocked them out too, but last night they're like, ooh, they're coming for you. And they're like, again? They're coming. Where do you live? What's happening? But no, there's literally I could walk to the fire station. It's very, very close.
Oh my gosh.
So that is why we hear them all the time. I've learned to block them out. No, I don't live in Seattle. But yeah, I've just kind of learned to block them out until they come on live, and then randomly I just happen to hear them. Yeah. Crazy. Just one of those things. All right, guys, do you guys have any other questions? Because if not, I want to wrap it up. And I always say I'm going to go to bed early. I'm literally at work all day. I jump right online. But this would give me 30 minutes. 30 minutes of extra time
for yourself. But
right. I haven't even had dinner yet. We had this big, which again, I absolutely love this. We do this once a year. My work does. We put on this huge event, and we highlight some of our most successful clients that have gone through some of our programs and have really turned their lives around. And it's just such a beautiful thing. And today, one of my clients that I worked with for a few years was really high. Anyways, it was just a beautiful thing. I was sobbing like a freaking newborn baby because I'm so proud of him. But we always have it at this huge banquet hall that's super fancy. But I don't know why banquet food is so disgusting. That chicken was drier than I don't know what, with absolutely no seasoning. Nothing is ever good. And then I was late, and so I just hopped online, so I haven't even really eaten. So I'm starving. I want to take a shower. I want to get out of clothes and put on real clothes like a muumuu or some sweats and just go hang out.
Yeah, hey, I'm here for that. I'm already in my pajamas. I got in my pajamas at like 6:30 today. I was like,
Oh,
okay.
I feel like we should be able to wear moo-moos to work. I feel like a Katrina. Is her name Katrina? I think.
Yes, that is her name. She came on to one of your lives too one day. Yeah, that is her name.
Oh man, she is bringing the moo-moos back, and I'm like, honey, she's
hilarious.
She is so funny. If I could bottle that girl's energy, I swear we would all be millionaires. She is hilarious, and she is bringing moo-moos back to life. That's why I was comfortable 2 days, 2 nights in a row, hopping up at 11, 12 o'clock at night and making a video in a moo-moo.
I know, I love that. There's a lot of questions about her trying to hide money, and yes, she can. And yes, it's kind of, I mean, unless 2K has some way to prove, it'll be a challenge for sure. That will be a big challenge for him. I don't know that he really cares.
Her hidden income.
Yeah.
Well, won't they be able to pull? Because now, again, I take everything that she says with a grain of salt, because she says a lot of stuff online, I think, to throw people off. A lot of stuff she says is very, very sarcastic. But remember, they were talking about the $20,000 transfer out of her account, and then she just said the other day that she had to transfer. It was literally the day before the court date. She had to transfer all the money out of her account into whatever his name is, ET's account. So I think then that way they would be able to show it, right? If it's
nothing she says is real. I don't know. Some you guys take not you, Angie, but like everybody, the internet, the world takes what she says as being real. It's not. I mean, if you actually look at the facts, her financial situation is pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I mean, seriously, I know that I hear people say that she's, said she made, $250,000, like $20,000 out of her account and all this, and she has all this money, but she's got a repo on her credit. Like I think she may have lost that other apartment. Like I've heard the people in the house in moments, you can kind of tell when there's some truth coming out. And I think I heard or saw a clip or something of Jordan saying she has terrible credit. Mm-hmm. She has a fee waiver on file here. She probably gets services. I remember, maybe I don't remember, so maybe I shouldn't say that, but I think earlier on she was talking about getting the baby on Medi-Cal.
Correct. She did say that. Yep.
Yeah. So, her like real financial situation, whether it's hidden or, whatever, but is pretty dire. So, anyway, I don't know that 2K cares that much. I think it's just the point. Like, she needs to support financially as much as she can instead of going on all these lavish trips. But yeah, they could for sure. She could for sure hide, and I think she is for sure hiding income. I do question how much she's actually making, though. Like, I don't believe anything that she's saying.
Well, and you guys have to remember too, right? So let's say that just for easy math, right? Because I'm tired. So let's just say that $500,000 that people are saying that she made over the couple of days the baby W was there. There's one account. There's we'll just say that there's 5 people, right? We're just going to use Jordan, Itai, Valet, Bree, Santos. Oh no, then there's Travis. Right, so you have to divide it up then against those people as well. So each person gets a cut of it, I would assume. I mean, I don't know how it's done. I think that they embellish absolutely everything. I think she played it so dumb when her car got repoed. She's like, what? My payment wasn't made? What do you mean? My sugar daddy I mean, it's all just for jokes. People who really do have money, you guys, don't flaunt it like they do. Every time they're in a thing, bust down. Like that's just not normal people who have real money. They're very laid back. You know what I'm saying? It's just the whole thing to me is just a bunch of kids that come into some money. And yes, you can make great money on the internet. I'm not saying that they don't, but they have quick money, I think, and it's not something that's gonna last them a long time. And unfortunately, when you come onto the internet and you act the way that you do, look at Ashley right now. Look at the situation that she's in, right? Probably can't get a job for nothing because of all the stuff, but all of her accounts keep getting banned because you can't come onto a platform like this and show your socks or anything else, and you get, you get your account taken. But then you also can't get a job because look how she's acted. She has been against absolutely every single race besides white people. So I don't know who's going to hire her. Who would hire Brie? Can you imagine Brie coming in for an interview and you'd be like, what the? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? No. They're not going to be able to get regular jobs. So.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I think her actual financial situation is pretty dire. Yeah. I will say that her expenses don't really matter for child support purposes, like just because she's choosing to live in this huge mansion in LA doesn't mean that then she doesn't have to pay as much. It just means she has to move somewhere that she can afford. So they don't really take that into consideration. But anyway, her contract is probably weird. It'll be sticky. But I don't think he seems to really care much about that.
I truly think that if he just wants his son safe. You know what I'm saying? He truly just wants his baby to be safe and out of harm's way. He's always said he wants him to have his mom in his life. He's not going to have him call another woman mom or any of that type of stuff. I mean, that may change if she chooses to, if she chooses to not be in his life or whatever, that might change down the road. But yeah, I don't think that it's going to be a stickler for him for the finances. He just wants us over and done with.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It is. The whole thing is just absolutely crazy. What did you say? Yes, you can see they were. Oh, yeah. Yesterday was just, and I only literally saw a few videos. I'll have a little bit of time tonight to scroll TikTok or answer some of your guys' questions and look at some of those videos. But it's, I just wish people would stop watching it and stop giving them money to have something said on there. It's just a money grab. I think maybe that's one of the things that annoys me is they really don't care about anybody else. They're just so self-absorbed that they carry that damn TTS thing that just blares the most annoying. First of all, that should give me a headache if I'm carrying that around in 2.2 seconds.
I know, I can't watch it because it's so...
It is horrible.
It's so dystopian.
Yeah, and then to have all
is that the word?
I don't know, but that's too big of a word for me, girl. Remember, I'm just a Cooper scooper. But I just have to have fun with people that know all about my life, so I'm here for it. But like when they were on the gondola on the thing, and they were just, the people were paying to talk crap about the other people in there and making the most ridiculous schmexual comments. And racial, it's just disgusting. And like, why would you do that? Why not turn it? The whole thing, I just don't grasp it. My kids are grown. And if I saw a video of my kids doing that, it'd be like they were young again. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't know what possesses somebody to behave like that. It's so weird. Like, I think about my family. And I mean, I'm older, so that's probably part of it. But my sister would rip into me if I had an online present like that. Like forget my parents, because my parents are too old. They don't know anything, But my sister would be like, what?
Right.
Or my niece would be, would be like, get out of here.
Yeah, my kids would do the same. If I was acting crazy, my kids come on my live all the time. They would literally come on here and chew me up and spit me out if I was acting crazy or disrespectful or whatever. It just blows my mind. Oh, don't let me forget, you guys, to tell my kids I'm also not a social worker. I'll put that on the list. My employer and my kids got you.
Oh my gosh. TikTok is a wild place sometimes.
It's a wild place over here. I tell you, it just cracks me up. And the minute they say it, and I ask them, I'm like, okay, great. What am I? Where'd you get this information? Like, who are you? Where'd you find it? Let me know. They magically disappear. It's the funniest. I'm like, hello, crickets.
Of course.
It just cracks me up. And I don't know if it's like supposed to like hurt my feelings or upset me. I don't know what it's exactly supposed to do. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like what would even possess me to say that. Who cares? Even if it's true, even if it's not true, who cares?
Well, it's because of first because they doxed me, and then they found out where I work, and literally my title is program manager of a program that works with youth and young adult that are justice involved. So they're like, aha, this is her title. It doesn't say social worker. Got her.
But didn't you say that you didn't go the route to become a licensed social worker?
I'm not. Yeah, I've said that from the very beginning. I do not have a license because I do not work in a clinical setting, and I don't work for CPS. And that was
so is this a surprise to people?
It was to these yahoos. Because they're like, she doesn't work for CPS. We found out, and she's not licensed. We're like, ooh, got me. Like, I don't know what my reaction was supposed to be, because they're like, ooh, call her work. Everybody call her work. Okay, we'll call them. My work loves what I do.
No, but that's really scary that people think it's okay to call people's work and stuff. That's just wild.
Right. But for what? It's like, I already know what this is. So you're telling me that we have a manager. Is she talking about her cases? No? Oh, okay. So she's talking about other people that are putting their information out online, and then she's giving advice to other people who come in and ask her for it, and she's not, and it's free? Oh, okay. Well, damn, we hired somebody really good then, that even after she gets off work, she's willing to sit there for hours and do that. We knew we hired the right one and moved her right on up the land, up the chain of command. Like, what are they going to say? It'd be one thing, again, I've said this from the very beginning. If I was talking about my cases, absolutely, that would be unethical, that would be wrong, and I would absolutely, first of all, I'd quit my job, because that would be absolutely crazy to do. I could definitely get fired, but I would never do that because I'm not unethical. So, anyways, call Bree's lawyer and have her.
Don't do that, people. Don't do that.
Please don't do that. But yeah, it's just funny. Someone sent me a note, or a comment that someone had left on a video and says, "What the heck? This lady's still at it? Didn't we call her job months ago and report her?"
That's wild.
What did you want them to do? You act like the people, like when they catch people out in the wild, out in the wilderness, and they're like, going on a racist rant or something with somebody, or just being completely belligerent or something, and they have like, their company logo on or their company truck, or if they find out where they work and be like, is this who you want representing their company? That I could grasp in a sense, but what? I don't care. I just kind of think it's kind of funny. It's just whatever. Do you, boo? I mean, hey, listen, I live rent free in your head. I don't think twice about you. I know who you are and I got all your information, but.
Well, I'm glad you work for a good place that isn't using that against you.
Oh, absolutely not. Nope. There's a lot happening, but it's absolutely, I love my company. And I've said that, like, they can even go back in my videos. I've never said a bad thing about my company because I absolutely love what I do. I love my job. I love the company that I work for. I love our mission. Like, I love everything about what it is that I do. So, yeah, it's a blessing. And they fully, not only do they fully support me, I just had our marketing manager come to me and say, you know what, we would like to kind of add to what it is that you do and get your help and help us start, promoting this and doing some stuff with you on that side too. So all you guys, if in fact you called, all you did was help me move on up more. So appreciate that.
Somebody asked if I research potential clients or believe everything they say. And the only reason why that question popped out to me is because I actually typically take really challenging cases that most attorneys won't take. And so, yes, I do quite a bit of I just call it trust but verify, right? Like, I want to build trust with my clients and potential clients, but I would never make a representation to the court without absolutely verifying, because most of my clients are in really poor positions and have a lot of work to do. So I do, but this one may not.
It will be interesting, to say the least. Wait, what happened? Who's found safe? Wait, what did I miss?
I don't know. I don't see that.
Angie, people are in Valet's chat on Kick saying that, yeah. Oi. Okay. I hope not. I found it very odd. I find Bree's response to everything very odd. There's 3 minutes. Oh, man.
Wait, what's happening? I'm missing this.
Okay, so I did a video. I posted a video. Came out of a girl screaming, and it was not a. Did you hear it?
I saw that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And they were trying to say, oh, she was being tickled. They were playing water. Now that did not sound like that to me. Now the girl's gone. Her social media's gone. Everything. So the police show up yesterday at the house, and Bree's like, "Ah, cops are here." Like, it's just a normal thing. Did you guys watch Jersey Shore? You know how they're like, "Cops are here." Bree's like, "Cops are here." So she goes out there and she's like, "Hi guys," and they're like, "Hey, is Yum here?" She's like, "No, don't know who it is, or she hasn't been here." And then she ends up saying, "Oh no, it's been like a whole week or so." No, it was just the day before. And then they're like, "Yep, no idea. No way to contact her. Nope, don't know who she is," and going on and on. And then they ask for someone else, and they're like, "We've never heard of that person." The whole thing is absolutely crazy. Yeah, that definitely was not playful screams. That definitely was not.
And it didn't Santos like get in the screen more so you couldn't see what was going on behind.
Yep.
Yeah,
so the whole thing is very scary. And then the police just leave. Again, I'm like, and I grasp it. When you do a welfare check, there has to be more to it. I don't know where her family is. I hope she has family. I hope that they are looking into it. I don't know. I'm terrified. A missing case has been issued. I would have to look that up.
What does that mean, a missing case? Like somebody filed a missing person report? Is that what you mean?
I don't know. I'm assuming. Wait, I see. This is what's so hard, because you get so much information. She's in Puerto Rico. She's with family. She didn't just disappear. There's so much information. It's really, really hard. And again, that's why I like to really try to just not talk about it till I can do my little, research, and then come out with facts and say it. That's why people are always like, you would make so much money on here if you would just come out right away with the videos, but people already see it by the time we do it. I'm not going to come out race as soon as the information to put a video out to make money, because I don't do this to make money, and it'd be wrong. And then I'm part of the issue of spreading false information. You may get it from me a day or two late, but it's going to be facts because I'm going to verify. So.
That's really scary, though. Hopefully everything's okay.
I definitely hope everything's okay. I'm definitely scared. It's given me a yucky feeling in my tummy, but did I repost the video, love? Which one, Missy? The one that I did, or I will have yesterday and today's video up on YT, if you meant those ones. Whatever's going on around these people is absolutely people are it's just everything over there is crazy. I truly hope that they really are watching what's
15
happening.
to 16 years old.
Wow, I hope not. Now, I just saw a video too the other day. She was the one that they were trying to evict or whatever, and Bree's like, "Oh, you want to fight me? Are you trying to fight me? Would you want to fight me?" I was like, "What's happening right now? Wait, she was under 18. No, she's 18.
girl
See,
who's
it's so
missing.
hard. It's like it's hard because everyone has different information.
But they also lie about their age too. So it's like, what's real? You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is.
Okay,
It's
she
very
was.
slow.
Legal Beagle says she was 18. Wow. Well, anyway,
Well, we'll just have to pray on it and hope that everything she is okay. Yeah, and go from there. I don't know. Crazy. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up, and that sounded bad.
all right, I'll jump
After I said, I'm like, wait a minute.
I tried to find, okay, so somebody also made this comment earlier saying to accept their friend request, but there's something wrong with my thing because I see the requests in there, but I can't answer any of them. So Angie too, when you were like,
Yeah.
tried to message me, and then I even tried to go back through, I could see them all, but I can't hit accept or whatever it is. So I don't know what's going on with that, but
It's so weird.
sorry
Yeah,
if I haven't
went to go
accepted.
message you. You're good. Yeah, when I went to go message you that night when I got home from my daughters, I went to go message you. I was like, oh, she doesn't. We're not friends. What? And then I saw that you had requested. That's why I told you. So I don't. That's weird. TikTok's been acting, kind of shady.
Well, but I was gonna say I did email you that email, but maybe I got it wrong too. So.
Oh yeah, I don't think I got it. I don't know. I'll have to look and see. Crazy.
Anyway. But okay.
All right. Well, thanks
I'll
for
let you
joining.
run.
All right. Have a good night.
Okay, you too. Bye.
All right. So we're gonna finish up then, guys.